And we are live, and welcome everyone to this very special live stream. Once again, I am Robbie One Kenobi, and this is a little something, a little fan challenge that I came up with, and that I'm very excited to share with you guys. This is the WWE Brand Split Fan Challenge, and to help me with this challenge, I'm joined by a good friend of mine here on social media and on Twitter. Daniel, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, one and all. This is Daniel Giza from the self-titled Daniel Giza YouTube channel. And it's good to be a part of this challenge. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining me, Daniel. And it's a pleasure to have you on here. Just a little backstory about how I came up with this challenge. Two of my good friends on here, 7 WWE Rocks and WWE TNA 1152, did a hangout together, and they were talking about the potential brand split this year, and they were opening up to questions. And I actually sent them a question saying, if one of you ran Raw and the other ran SmackDown, who would be your top 5 draft picks? And they came up with some really good picks. They declared some really good champions, and after that, another friend of mine on here, AHS Rules, did his own solo brand split challenge where he, just drafted his I think he drafted like 10 of his favorite wrestlers, and he listed feuds and he declared champions. So then I started thinking, this would be a really fun challenge if I had someone to do it with, because then it would be like Raw versus SmackDown in a sense. So I came up with this challenge, and we hope that at the end of this video, you're encouraged to do your own. If you do, send the video to me and Daniel. His information's in the description box. So basically what we're going to do is, first, Daniel and I are going to talk about the potential of a brand split this year, go through like champions and who we think would benefit on what brand. And then the main event, of course, will be our brand split challenge, in which Daniel will be in charge of one brand, I'll be in charge of the other, and we'll draft about 15 superstars. We'll get into the details about that in a little bit. But right now, Daniel, to have you start off, what are your thoughts on the potential brand split this year? How important is it?
I feel like it could be a much-needed change for the lackadaisical WWE product as we know it. I feel like if it is done properly and in the right way, it can really help reinvigorate SmackDown and make it a watchable show, because as of this moment, you really have no desire to tune into SmackDown because you're so burnt out on watching 3 hours of Raw every week. So I feel like it could be a good thing if it has to be done the right way, and they have to remain committed to it. And they have to keep 2 separate rosters. But if they can do that, and if they could, help, reinvigorate SmackDown, as I said, and also help, freshen up Raw, I feel like it could be a positive, but it remains to be seen.
I totally agree with you, because when you have 3 hours of Raw, you have to jam in, you have to pack in so much stuff. And one of my biggest pet peeves with WWE is overexposure. I mean, if you're doing a 3-hour Raw, you may get Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. And then on SmackDown, you may get Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens 2.
Yep.
And then on Raw, you're going to get Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens 3. And it's like, come the hell on. How many times are you going to put Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens in a match 7 days apart from each other? It's like Kevin, and the horrible thing about overexposure is that it kills the luster, or the I guess I could say the luster, or the excitement of first-time matchups. Like a Dolph Ziggler Kevin Owens matchup on pay-per-view would have been awesome. I would have been down for it, because I'm happy with these new independent talents coming to NXT and then getting called up on the main roster and getting their chance to shine. But when you do Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler 50 million times, and they've done this at least 10 times, including freaking Fastlane.
And I didn't care. I'm sorry, I did not care about that match at Fastlane, because we saw it 10 times previously, and it was a good match at Fastlane, but I've seen it so many times that I just don't care.
I feel like if they do a brand split and each show is 2 hours long,
2 hours is fine. Exactly.
That will kill overexposure, and a lot of this talent, hopefully, on their respective brands will get a chance to shine, and both brands will be built up like the 2 superior brands like you had in 2002, 2003, 2004. Because back in the day, SmackDown was a superior brand.
Yes,
I mean, SmackDown 6, need I say more? Rey Mysterio, Edge, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and the Guerreros. Need I say more? And you had Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar was there. He was tearing through SmackDown. You had You know, you had Team Angle who made it on their own. Once,
Taker.
yes, Taker. You know, you had
Wasn't Hogan on SmackDown?
Hogan was on SmackDown as Hogan and Mr. America.
Okay.
And I love how they were like, they kept referencing to Hulk Hogan the whole time. Like, remember that lie detector test?
Yeah. That was
SmackDown was entertaining stuff back in the day when Stephanie was the GM and she had the feud with her father, and you know, Brock and Kurt had their feud going on.
that was good.
Cena made a name for
Cena
himself on
was there.
SmackDown.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to think who were some other standouts on SmackDown other than like the SmackDown 6. You know, Heyman was in charge of writing, so that's why the show was always freaking good. Why isn't Heyman a writer as well?
Because
what
it
is
makes
his
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He
yeah.
needs to be a writer, but that's up to the company.
Right. And even though SmackDown was the better brand, I mean, when you look at Raw during the draft, you had Randy Orton, who established himself as one of the top talents as a future top talent. Triple H was the guy. You know, he as many times as people. Yeah. But I feel like he was the best heel to, you know, control that brand, so to speak. But yeah, Reign of Terror. Booker T was there, RVD, Shawn Michaels, Edge, Jericho, Kane, Batista,
Flair.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, even though SmackDown was a superior brand, both brands had their talent, and the talent just shined, you know. And that's why I feel like the brand split's important, because they have so much great talent, but they're so obsessed and determined to build up certain guys, whether it's Cena, although he doesn't need to be built up, but he's like the freaking top guy, Roman Reigns, and I can't think of who else, but it's like, give your talent a chance. Every time I did an NXT predictions video, I always said hashtag give Tyler a chance, because I felt like he should have been the NXT champion, because he was a dark horse on NXT. Do not even get me started on what they're doing with him on the main roster. This must make Triple H's blood boil. Yes.
I mean, at least I won't get started. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, the Wyatt family. God, how many times have WWE dropped the ball with the Wyatt family when they could have been like the new evolution, so to speak, of the WWE?
They dropped the ball so many times that the ball has just deflated.
Yeah, that's and I hate it, man, because there's so much great talent, and I appreciate this talent, and I just hate that WWE doesn't do anything with them. It's mainly your Cenas, your Ortons, your Roman Reigns, your Brock Lesnar, and I have nothing against Brock, because Brock comes in, you know, he's part-timer.
But that's the problem. Who's there the next night?
I know. You sound like CM Punk a little bit, but it's true, you know. Great. Who's going to be on Raw the next night? And there's just this silence over the phone. Why?
Because he knew he was right.
I know. Am I getting my rematch at the next pay-per-view?
Nope.
Vince is like, no.
We don't have plans for anybody.
It's like, and Punk even said it, and I'm not trying to knock WWE, but it's the truth. Punk even said it. It's like they go into a meeting. Vince's like, what's next for Cena? You know, it's like they don't have anything going forward. That's why I'm hoping the brand split does a lot of good for a lot of people on there, because there are so much good talent. I mean, who in their right mind thought Eva Marie was going to get a Brooklyn heroine's welcome?
Vince. It's him. It's him and his 30 writers.
I don't even know. I mean, I was really hoping it was going to be Bailey or Asuka to make the save.
In Brooklyn. Hello. You know, that would have made sense.
Yeah.
Nope. That was just baffling. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then Emma's back on the main roster for what reason exactly? There you go.
I know. I love Emma. I think she's doing such a great job on.
Keep her on NXT.
Please. Yes. Please. She's killing it on NXT.
Remember last time she got called down to the main roster? Freaking Santino. Need I remind you more? What a joke.
I know. That was a joke. So, all right. So, moving on with our thoughts on the brand split. who do you think would, not who would be the champions, but what championships do you think would be on what brand? Especially the world title. How would they decide that?
I don't know. For some reason, I think if they would do a brand split, do you think they would still just have one champion? I don't know, because they did do this whole unification, and it's still for some reason I don't see them actually splitting the world title. I think they would maybe do other title splits, but something tells me they wouldn't for some reason.
I remember when Triple H was undisputed champion, and then he got that title that became the WWE Championship, that he was on both brands, which I wouldn't have a problem with because that opens it up to more challenges for the champion. But as far as the Divas or hopefully Women's Championship, Women's Championship, and then the tag titles and the U.S. title and the well, for the tag titles in the Women's Championship, it's kind of hard to decide. And I just want to say, if I'm echoing, I apologize to our viewers. I don't know why I'm echoing. But what do you think? Like, what would be reasonable for the talent on the main roster in terms of championships?
It's tough because do you think that they should have like two women's titles like they did in the past? Because I just don't see the women's division having that much depth at the moment. I mean, they do have good talent, but I just don't see there being. That would be real. I think that would have to be just exclusive to. There'd be one. I think you would have the women say on Raw exclusively. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way. And then you could do the IC title, and the US title on. They're both respective shows, so that could be resolved no problem. And the same. It's tough because roster's thin at the moment.
Yeah. What I was thinking, Daniel, was if they want to do the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the Diva/Women's Championship on both brands, like they did back in 2002, that I would be fine with that, and then bring back the World Tag Team Championships because I really like that design, especially the red and gold. It looked so nice on those belts.
Yeah.
So bring back the World Tag Team Championships for Raw, the WWE Tag Team Championships for SmackDown, because those current tag team championships, I was listening to Jericho's podcast, and Primo and Epico were a guest, and they said those look like those chocolate coins,
The pennies. They look like pennies.
Yeah. So bring back the World Tag Team Championships for Raw, the WWE Tag Team Championships for SmackDown, and then I think
if they call some teams up from NXT, that could help with the depth issue. No doubt.
Definitely. And then I guess the Intercontinental on SmackDown to try to salvage or
boost the prestige.
Yes, and then U.S. Championship, make it just as important.
Sure.
On Raw. Yeah.
As it was important when they gave it to Cena. I don't know what they did. Oh my god, so frustrating.
Yeah, I know. Cena made that belt relevant after he beat Rusev. He had great matches. No, I give him credit too. I give him he battled Cesaro. He battled Stardust. Neville. He battled Ambrose. He battled Barrett. Yeah, he battled Rollins, of course, only to lose it and then get it back, which
that was stupid.
It should have just been for the championship. It should have just been it could have been champion versus champion, but Rollins' title should have been the main one defended. I was happy Rollins won, but I was there for that, and I was like, oh, we went nuts for that though. So that if Jon Stewart was going to get involved, he should have got involved in the Brock Lesnar match with Taker because he said he wanted to confront Brock Lesnar, and it just felt weird seeing him get involved. Like he helped Rollins win. I liked it, but it was like looking back, like what was the point?
Well, we were just happy that Cena lost, so at least in the building that night, the crowd went nuts. Oh my god.
But it should have just been Cena versus Rollins for Rollins' belt, and then Cena could have maybe he could have done a rematch. Not a rematch, but maybe he could have
And then they had a million rematches. That was the problem. You got sick of that match after a while.
Including the one where his nose got broken, and I give him a ton of credit for finishing the way he did.
But they had a million matches from the late summer to fall. It was ridiculous.
I know, and they even had a few matches before that. Remember in 2014 when he was Money in the Bank?
They burned that feud out.
See, that's the whole thing. It's like I think the brand split is very important because it would WWE would need to realize that you only have a certain amount of talent. You need
Yep.
to use them wisely, make notable, significant, meaningful feuds, and give your talent the chance to shine, both male and female, you know?
Exactly.
So with that said, do you think they do brand split pay-per-views as well? Or do
Ugh.
pay-per-views with both brands on it?
I like the having both brands on it. For some reason, I didn't watch back then, but I don't know. Were the brand only pay-per-views a success, or were there fair amounts of criticism leveled toward them? Because I kind of hear in the latter that they started out good at first, and then towards the end they kind of got the cards were really weak for the brand only ones. I don't know, because I didn't watch back then, so I can't really say how successful they were. But I feel that having both brands on the pay-per-views, I think that would be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind if they did that. You know, when they did the respective brand exclusive pay-per-views, you knew who you were gonna get. But then there were times where I felt like, I really wish that on this card, you know who you're gonna see, but then maybe you may feel like, oh, you know what? I also wish that even though he's on SmackDown, this person was on this show or that person. When at the Big Four pay-per-views, they were joint productions, which was great. And then you would have like Raw had Bad Blood, SmackDown had Vengeance, Raw had Unforgiven, SmackDown had No Mercy. Yeah, I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't mind if they started off with brand exclusive pay-per-views, and then if they wanted to do joint pay-per-views again, whether they're Big Four or not, that'd be cool. Because like I look at a pay-per-view like Backlash 2007, which was Raw, SmackDown, and ECW, and like that had a really good card and just a lot of great talent on it. Cena, Edge, Orton, and Shawn Michaels in the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE title. Undertaker, Batista in a Last Man Standing match for the World title.
Nice.
Benoit MVP for the United States title. You had the Hardy Boys on there as tag champs against Cade and Murdoch. You had I think in 2007, 2006, 7, and 8, you had quite a diverse roster, and they were on all these pay-per-views, so it was like, that was star power there. But I would if they want to do brand exclusive pay-per-views, that's cool. And then every once in a while bring them together, bring both brands together for not only the Big Four, but also for like a special kind of pay-per-view.
Sure.
You could do that, and then maybe bring back bragging rights, but make it more significant, because like the first bragging rights I was excited for, and the only match I thought was great on that show was the Iron Man match. Every other match, Orton and Cena. That was Orton and Cena.
Okay. I never saw that match.
Every other match just didn't. Miz and Morrison was decent. The Raw Divas versus SmackDown Divas was what it was. The Fatal 4-Way was disappointing because it had Taker, Batista, Ray, and Cena Punk. So
that was at Pittsburgh, huh?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I didn't go to that show. I was kind of out of it. I kind of took a break from wrestling at that time, as I usually do. It was ugh.
But bragging rights would be cool. It would be cool if they made it annual, and then maybe build up to a Survivor Series, like when they did Raw versus SmackDown in 2005.
Sure, yeah, that was good. I watched that on the network. That seemed to be really well built.
That was I haven't seen the whole show, but I know the build up to Team Raw versus Team SmackDown was great.
That was good, and it was a good match too.
Yeah, and I was only thinking like, if Cena and Angle didn't have their main event, I think it would have been HBK, Kane. It would have been Shawn, Cena, Angle, Big Show, and Kane on Team Raw against Batista, Lashley, JBL, Orton, and Ray. And I think it's sad that Eddie didn't get to be in that match.
Yeah,
because he died like shortly before that match. So, but yeah, it'd be cool for them to do bragging rights, and then maybe every 2 years they build up to a big Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series match where it's to see which brand is superior. They used to do the Super Shows back in the day, which were 3 hours. Those are worth 3 hours if all the matches are good to really good. They don't have to be great, but if it's a show that gets something done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if Raw hopefully goes back in 2 hours and SmackDown is 2 hours, and then every once in a while you want to do a special super show with both brands, do it. It can be 3 hours. You can have some fun matches, but also get something done. Like build
Mhm.
to something big with it, whether it's on one brand, another brand, or it's going to be a interpromotional matchup.
Sure.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about, Daniel? Like any superstars you think that could benefit from going to one brand or the other?
Oh, there's a ton. The list is pretty much endless. You have guys like Bray Wyatt, a Cesaro, say a Dean Ambrose. I feel like he could really shine, with a brand split. There's just a lot of guys and girls in general that I feel would,
Yeah.
reap the benefits.
Yeah, definitely. Like you could have Roman as a top guy on Raw, Dean as a top guy on SmackDown, or Rollins as a top guy on SmackDown, and then um, maybe at like a WrestleMania, you can do an interpromotional match to see which top star is the better man.
Yeah.
And then NXT, we don't even have to worry about NXT because Triple H is doing such great work with that brand. I mean, I can only imagine how frustrating it is for him to see his young talent, the talent he helped breed on NXT, go up to the main roster and get treated like shit.
Yep, they're going down to the depths of hell when they get that call up.
It's when you go up to the main roster, you should be elevated. You should be able to, you should be loving what you do on the main roster, not being treated like that. You should be straight up, yeah.
You look at NXT, it looks like they're having so much fun, and the matches are good, and everybody, it's just a good vibe. You get that vibe, and then when you look at them on the main roster, they just kind of look miserable.
Exactly.
Kind of going through the motions almost.
Shane as Undertaker's opponent, he seems like an unlikely challenge, but like a lot of what Shane said is true, and it felt like
they're telling you. That's the thing. They know that they have the nerve to script him to say because they know it's true. But they won't do anything about it. That's what's. I'm like, oh my god, they're admitting all these problems. They know the ratings are down. They know the stock's tanking, but they're still making money, so that they won't change. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah. If Shane wins on Sunday, hopefully he will have a say in things, and he can help make he and Triple H, Shane. I got a feeling like when Vince finally steps down and Triple H takes over, Shane should also be able to help out because I feel like Shane would understand exactly what the product needs, what would make it better, and who deserves that chance. Everything he said in the promo when he returned felt so real. It felt like a shoot, but I felt his frustration, so to speak. So hopefully Taker. I mean, I love Undertaker. Who doesn't love Undertaker? Yeah.
This is gonna, man, it's tough because now I know what you're gonna say. It's like, we shall see what happens at WrestleMania.
Indeed, but like we've been saying, guys, we think a brand split is necessary. It can help. A lot of superstars can benefit from it. It could ultimately, it could prevent overexposure. This would be the chance for those who haven't had a chance to shine to finally get that moment to grab the brass rings and everything. We just have to wait and see. WrestleMania 32, it's a big event. You never know what could go down. But you got to believe that after WrestleMania 32, change has to happen. There has to be change. We'll see what happens. I mean, Shane winning would ultimately, storyline wise, it would change the company drastically. But I would also hope realistically, it would do that too. Literally, so that we can finally get a product that we enjoy. Because I feel like on the main roster, you're supposed to be having fun too. This is WWE. This is the sports entertainment titan. Yet you're not getting your push. You're going out there looking miserable. You may get a jobber entrance, and you may get squashed in a minute or two. It's frustrating.
The crowds are uninterested. I'm watching this show is uninteresting. Yeah, it's just like it's a chore to watch. It's like, oh, gotta watch Raw on Monday. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait for Raw on Monday.
No, I know. It's like I watch Raw, and after a while, I'm like, this is
That's
just
it. I
boring,
can't watch
guys.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm so burned out.
SmackDown is like the repeat. Is like if you missed Raw, oh, just watch SmackDown because it's like 95% of it is the same as on Raw.
Raw recap.
Oh yeah, the Raw rewind.
It's like, really? You know, then what's the point of SmackDown? I mean, if they're just gonna, if another idea I was thinking, if they're insisting on keeping Raw 3 hours, there's really no need for SmackDown. If they could do that too, I mean,
Yeah.
3 hours of Raw is enough for a week, in my opinion. It's enough for a pay-per-view, hell, let alone a weekly television show. So there's a lot of different avenues that they could take, but like you said.
Yeah, and what I would also like to see is if they do the brand split, they have, Raw super shows every once in a while. Have some NXT guys on there too to showcase NXT as well.
Sure, like
that way the company, that way all the brands and the company in general benefits. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
Yep.
And like I said, on the super shows, they don't have to be, they don't have to be great 5-star matches. For the super show, just make them fun, exciting matches. They could be good, really good, depending on who you have in the match. But just give us a 3-hour show that is better than the 3-hour Raws we get, that gets us excited, that wants us wanting to watch more, that wants to see more super shows in the future on given days, and then just have your talent benefit. Have Raw guys do their thing, the women, Raw, I'm just going to say Divas for now. Raw Divas do their thing. Then the SmackDown Divas can shine, the SmackDown guys, and then have NXT as well. I don't get why, the NXT is the future, and I don't get why the creative on the main roster don't give the NXT talent that get called up the chance to shine,
Yep, it makes no sense whatsoever.
It does. Does not. All right. So is there anything else you want to say, Daniel, about a brand split or anything you hope comes out of it?
I just hope for a better product. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I'm pretty easy to please.
Me too. Because I was looking at last week's episode of Lucha Underground, Aztec Warfare, which is freaking awesome.
Wow. 1 hour, by the way. Remember,
I know.
1 hour. Perfect.
And they did something that in the build-up to Roman Reigns versus Triple H, WWE did wrong and really dropped the ball with. You have Katrina tell Pentagon Jr. that because of your actions against us lately, you are not welcome to compete in Aztec Warfare. So Pentagon is sort of like an underdog. What does he do? You don't give me my title shot. I'm gonna find a way to get it. Even though he didn't get in the match, what does he do? He screws Mil Muertes out of the victory.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. See, had Roman Reigns done something like that, that would have added more fuel to the fire to his feud with Triple H. Triple H beat him Triple H won the Royal Rumble. The McMahons got what they wanted. They could have said, Roman, as long as I'm champion, you're never getting another crack at this belt.
Why would they give him a shot at that's so stupid. Oh, that was dumb.
That was dumb.
Like,
and
hello?
Like, when they announced the match, I was like, Roman versus Brock versus Ambrose. I was like, oh, awesome. That's going to be a great match.
Good match.
But then where's the logic in the storytelling?
There was none.
Weren't you trying to take the belt away from this guy? If this was Vince versus Austin, Vince would have done his damnedest to keep that belt away from Austin.
Austin would have to earn that. Like, truly do everything in his power to get another title shot.
I wanted to do this video, but I don't have the time. But I could have done a video on how I would have done better booking on Roman Reigns versus Triple H. I mean, now that I think about it, after seeing what happened at Lucha Underground, I would have had Roman screw Triple H out of the title. Ambrose could have beat him at Fastlane, and then you could have had Brock Lesnar come out and just manhandle Dean Ambrose, and that set the stage for Brock versus Ambrose for the title. And then Roman and Triple H could have had a no-holds-barred match of their own.
They don't need that is a huge problem. You look, I feel Reigns versus Triple H. I was excited for it. I feel it didn't need the title. I felt if you put the title on him, you knew it was it hurts the outcome. You know for sure that Roman's going to win.
Yeah.
It did not need the title, yet they insisted on putting the title. And he already won the title. So it's not going to be as, he won the title for the second time.
He did it. He silenced the critics.
The miracle on, well, it's not Bourbon Street. It's like Daniel Bryan. That's not, you watch, they'll try and recreate that, but that will not be the same.
Daniel, honestly, if I could book the end of this match, I would have Roman Reigns just beat the hell out of Triple H for 15 minutes. I would have the Usos try to stop him from doing anything extreme, and I would have Roman sucker punch them both.
Okay.
Just have all this pent up frustration unleashed on anyone who gets in his way, and then like maybe have Roman has a sledgehammer. The Rock comes out and says, and like tries to take it from him, like, dude, don't do it this way. Roman drops the hammer. Rock tries to pick it up just to throw it out. Superman punch and he's done. And then Roman spears Triple H and that's it. Roman Reigns is a heel, and you have the build for him and The Rock at 33.
And we're exactly in the same mindset. I would love to see that match. That would be, especially heel Reigns versus face Rock. That's the right way to do it.
If they turn Rock heel, you're
gonna love him too much. No, that would not. Dumb. Don't even go there.
No, that is stupid if they turn Rock heel just to try to get some fanfare for Roman. Who's gonna boo The Rock? I mean, that's as stupid as that's as stupid as if they turn Asuka heel should she lose to Bayley. I said it in my prediction video. You said it in yours. They could do a feud like Undertaker and Batista. Two fan favorites.
Back and forth.
And then ultimately in the end, when Bayley gets called up, Asuka can beat her. It's her farewell match, and get that respect, and then Bayley passes the torch to Asuka.
I like that idea, but another idea that I mentioned, in addition to turning Reigns heel, you could also turn the Usos heel and instead and have them align with Reigns and have this Samoan heel faction that I feel could be really beneficial for all three guys.
You know what? I totally like that idea because the Usos, when they first came in with Tamina, I felt like they should have won the tag team championships early on because I didn't even know who they were, and I saw them for the first time, and I liked them.
I like the Usos, but you feel like they need a heel turn.
Yeah.
It's time, and what better way than align them with Reigns, and it could work. It could be so awesome.
You know what? If you want to turn the Usos heel, you could have them come out and just just sabotage Triple H, and it's like the three of them pounding the hell out of Triple H, and then they help Roman win the championship. Because as much as I want to see the Dudley Boys win at WrestleMania, they're going to probably give it to the Usos. So then the Samoan dynasty runs wild at WrestleMania.
Or you could have the Usos lose, and then that makes them, that sets in the frustration that eventually seeps out if they have them attack during the main event.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options.
There are. So we'll just have to wait and see. Anything else you want to say, Daniel, about the brand split? Because I don't think I have much else to say.
Yeah, I think we covered it pretty good.
All right. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet this out to some friends because we're getting towards the main event, which is, of course, when we okay. I just want to say real quick, Daniel, I did enjoy your NXT TakeOver predictions video. NXT TakeOver, did I say TakeOver Dallas? Yeah. It's going to be an awesome show, man.
2 days. I can't believe it's almost here,
I know.
I can't believe you count down to it, and then it's like, it's here. It's just like, wow, flies by. It'll be over before you know it. But we got 2 awesome, days of wrestling coming up. So I'm going to enjoy this weekend. It's going to be awesome.
Shout out to my boys Gio and Amos who just left me comments. How's it going, guys? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so now we're going to get to the main event of this video, which is the Brand Split Fan Challenge. So like I said earlier, for those who may have just tuned in now, how this came about was based on a video that a couple of my friends did together. They did it with each other, and they were opening up the live stream, the questions, and I asked, if you guys ran Raw and SmackDown, if you each ran a respective brand, who would be your top 5 draft picks? I really liked that idea, and then after seeing AHS Rules do his solo video where he just picked like his 10 favorites and crown champions and everything, I said, well, why not make it a challenge, with a friend? So then there's Raw versus SmackDown, and then the two of you guys can draft whoever you want. So, in the description box, I'm gonna leave the guidelines to how this challenge works. You guys are, of course, welcome to do your own. If you do it as like a video response, please send it to Daniel and I. We'd love to see it. So here's how this is gonna go. Daniel and I are gonna be the general managers of, one's gonna be for Raw, the other will be for SmackDown. We're gonna draft 16 superstars each. It was originally 15, but I added 16 just to give it an even number to make it a lot more fun. They can be male or female. One of them must be from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, and this is the cool part, can be on the must be on the injured list. I hate to say injured list, but we're gonna be choosing an injured star who we're gonna bring back to our brands. This is like fantasy booking, and fantasy kayfabe wise, the fans don't know when he or she is coming back, but it makes our draft a lot more fun. We will also choose a respective ring announcer. We'll choose our own commentary team, and then we will anoint our respective champions. So, Daniel, which brand do you want?
I'll take SmackDown.
All right, I'll take Raw. All right. Championship-wise, are you going to take the World Heavyweight Championship, or would you like to bring back a retro world title?
I'll stick with the world title.
The one from 2000 that got disbanded, or not disbanded, but the one that Orton unified in 2013 with Cena, right? Okay.
I always liked the design of that belt, and thought initially they did a good job of keeping it prestigious. So that'd be a good challenge.
Okay, so Daniel will be the GM of SmackDown. I will be the GM of Raw. He has the World Heavyweight Championship. I have the current WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which I'm going to rechristen the WWE Championship because I really like the design and everything. All right, Daniel, as the SmackDown General Manager, which titles would you take?
I would like the U.S. title. I feel like that would be a good fit on SmackDown.
Okay.
And going with the world theme, I think the World Tag Team Championships would make a nice fit.
Okay. So wait, which ones did you take?
Or the world, is that what they were called? The World Tag Team? When they were split, there were two. There was
the World Tag Team titles were on Raw, and the WWE Tag Team titles were on SmackDown. The WWE Tag Team ones were the blue ones, and the World Tag Team titles were the red ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter which?
I personally love the World Tag Team titles just because they have a nice design, so I would like to take those for my brand.
Yeah. They're all yours.
All right. And you'll take the WWE Tag Team titles?
Yeah.
Or you know what? Do you want to bring back an older version of the tag team titles? Like, remember the original World when they were like silver?
I'd have to look that up.
And rechristen that to WWE. Yeah, if you want to look it up right now, go ahead. I mean,
WWE World Tag Team Championship belt. Let's see.
Hey, Daniel, while you're looking this up, this is funny. My friend Ryan, he posted 3 verses from Eminem's Stan.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "All I wanted was a lousy letter or a call. Hope you know I ripped all your pictures off the wall." Hey, I love you, Ryan. I hope you don't feel. Hey, I hope you didn't feel left out in the cold, man. I definitely will work. We'll definitely do a video together one of these days. And I know you're going out to Dallas, man. So please have a safe flight at WrestleMania. Yeah, he's going out to Dallas. Have a safe time. Have a fun time. Enjoy WrestleMania 32 weekend. Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
In the WrestleManias, we know nothing comes close to it. When you step out into that stadium, you just take it all in. You're like, I'm at WrestleMania. I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I found the right title. You said it's like a silver design almost.
Yeah, it has the globe in the middle, and it says world and red. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Sure, that's really nice.
And you want to name them the WWE. You would christen them the WWE Tag Team titles.
Sounds good to me.
All right, because you know what's funny? It says World Tag Team Wrestling Champions, and then the ones that I want, just say tag team champions.
The red one.
Yeah. So
That
you
is
know
really
what?
nice. I like
So you
that.
know what? Okay. The red ones that I'm taking, I will rechristen them the WWE Tag Team Championships. And since you're taking the retro World Tag Team titles, they can be the World Tag Team titles for you.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay, cool. So any other titles? Because you have a world title, you have a mid card title, and you have a tag title.
I'm wondering, could I drop the U.S. title and bring back? You said I could bring back a retro title.
Yeah, let's make it. Yeah, if you want to bring back a retro title.
Yeah, I do.
Be,
Yeah, I don't
be
want the U.S. title. I want the European Championship. That's what I want.
I knew you were. I had a feeling you were gonna say that, but
I just
title
for
is
some
yours.
reason I like that title. I don't know why.
It's a colorful title too. I mean, yeah.
European Championship.
Didn't Al Snow win that title and he came out dressed like a European one day?
Oh my god. That would be hilarious if that's true.
Okay, so let's go over your titles one more time, Daniel.
Yep.
So you got, which ones did you get?
The world heavyweight title, world tag teams, and the European.
All right. So as far as I'm concerned, guys, I have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which the current WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which I'm rechristening the WWE Championship. I will also take the World Tag Team Championships from 2002 to 2010, and I'm going to rechristen them the WWE Tag Team Championships. You know what? I will go with the United States Championship. I will take that championship, and I will try to bring more prestige to it and try to bring it to the level of the Intercontinental Championship. Now the question is, would you take a women's championship title, or are you fine with no titles for the women?
No titles? I don't know. See, I feel like, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, there was the women's championship, and then what didn't they have two women's titles before? Wasn't there something before the Divas title?
No, there was a women's title. There was the women's title, and then the Divas title was introduced in 2008.
Ugh, see, I don't like that. See,
yeah, I don't want that butterfly belt on my brand.
I don't think nobody wants that belt.
Yeah.
God, is that ugly. See, I still feel there should be a title. Maybe in that case, you could have just have the women's title and have it go back and forth, like be defended on both brands. Since, I want them to have a title, but I don't, unless you just create one. See, it's kind of tough. It's a tough situation.
Or if we made our own tag team championships, we made our own.
You thinking women's title on one brand, women's tag team title on another brand?
Women's tag team title? I don't know, because would there be enough talent to do a women's tag team title tournament or a tag team title program in general?
No, I don't think there would.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just go with no title?
Yeah, it's hard unless we come up with our own. Unless one of us gets the women's title and the other comes up with a unique title a unique women's title for their brand. But that's kind of what can we come up with that isn't used? Because there's the Queens of Combat brand. There's Ring of Honor has Women of Honor, so we can't do anything like that. It's kind of hard.
I got nothing.
Yeah. We might have to go back to that one, but there will be women. We will be drafting one or two women's wrestlers onto our brand. So to recap, I am taking the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, rechristening it the WWE Championship. I'm taking the WWE World Tag Team Championships from 2002 to 2010 and rechristening them the WWE Tag Team Championships. And I will also take the United States Championship to try to bring more prestige to that. Those are pretty much my titles. Daniel, one more time, just go ahead and recap for the viewers what you're taking, what brand, what titles.
Well, I got the SmackDown brand. I got the World Heavyweight Championship. I got the World Tag Team titles, and I got the European Championship.
All right. Yeah, I guess Intercontinental Championship. We're not discontinuing it. We're not. disbanding it, but it looks like neither of us are taking that title. Is there any other title that you would like to have on your brand, Daniel, whether you bring it back or it's currently on the roster?
I'd love to bring back the hardcore title.
Why did I have a feeling you were going to say that?
Because it was a freaking awesome title. You know you love that hardcore championship. 24/7 rules. Come on.
You know, if I could, for guys like Neville and Kalisto, if I could make like not a cruiserweight title, but like a junior heavyweight title or something like that.
There was a light heavyweight championship.
Yeah, but I never really liked that title. So if I can make like a maybe take a page from New Japan Pro Wrestling's book and make a WWE Junior Heavyweight Championship or a WWE Future Stars Championship. Like, remember when Booker T introduced the Legends Championship in TNA? That really didn't do much. But if I made like a WWE Future Stars Championship, that would be for any young talent, whether they're a light heavyweight, a junior heavyweight. Like, to me, who I would see as a top star as a main event player in my future. Yeah, if we might do another video where Daniel and I make up a championship each and we talk about who we think would take it. But now we're gonna get to the main event. Now it's time to start drafting some wrestlers. So I will go first, and as my number 1 draft pick, I will take AJ Styles.
Nice. That's a good one.
Thank you. All right, Daniel. Oh, real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down each of the draft picks. I'm just going to take notes.
Okay.
So I just pick AJ Styles. And Daniel, who is your first pick?
Oh, man. My first pick is Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. Good choice.
Good
choice. With your mind, man, I know you could do great things with him, straight up.
He's such a great character. There's so much potential there.
Dude, remember when he first arrived?
Yeah.
And how he was playing mind games with John Cena, the children's chorus and everything.
That was
even though he had lost. Yeah.
And then he lost.
I know. I know. All right. So for my second draft pick, now remember, guys, we have 16 picks each, and at least one of them can be from NXT, and at least one of them can be currently out on injury. Because I'm not going to say the injured list. That just sounds horrible, you know. So for my second draft pick, you know what? I'm going to do it like a boss. I pick Sasha Banks.
Nice. One of the premier female athletes in this industry. You got to love Sasha Banks.
I went out with one of those. I took one of those big shots, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fired the first shot, so to speak.
Yep.
I'm taking Sasha Banks. Who doesn't love Sasha Banks, man?
Yep. Let's see. All right. I'm going to take, and I'm going to call him what he should still be called. I want Bad News Barrett.
Bad News Barrett.
What he should be. Not King Barrett. No.
Wade Barrett or Bad News Barrett. Yes. I wanted Barrett, but hey, that's a great addition to your brand.
So underutilized. Oh, man.
I know. It's a shame he's leaving, but I'm happy that he actually stood up for himself.
Good for him.
Because he was frustrated. You know? Yes, exactly. The best part about this video, guys, is that we're doing it live. So it's not like we wrote down a bunch of wrestlers that we're going to draft. You know, I literally came up with these guidelines, an hour and a half ago? So it's just, that's what makes it so exciting, the urgency. Like, you know, if Daniel takes one person that I really want, then I gotta come back with a better selection. But for my third draft pick, I am going to pick, and towards the end, we're just gonna come up with a couple of big feuds that we'd like to build on our brands. For my next pick, I am going to take, because there's talent. There's talent on the main roster and there's talent on NXT that I'm looking at. For my third draft pick, I'm actually going to take from NXT. I'm going to take a guy that I just have been a huge fan of since he arrived in the company. And remember, I said at least one of them can be from NXT, so we can always pick a second or third. My third draft pick, the former Yuha Nation, Apollo Crews.
Nice. I love Apollo Crews. It's a very good pick.
Thank you. I could see Apollo doing great things with AJ and a couple other guys that I'm going to be drafting to my brand. Daniel, who's your third pick?
Let me see here. My third pick. Let's see. I'll take Dolph Ziggler.
All right. For my fourth draft pick, I will take. Neville because I really like Neville, and I feel like on my brand I would put him in some significant feuds. I would make Neville feel like Pac. Even though I haven't seen much of his work as Pac in his independent run, I still love him as Adrian Neville. Neville, you know, I pick Neville because I can do big things with him, and I just love the guy. He should be Intercontinental or United States champion.
Yeah, have him do something. He's not done pretty much jack shit since SummerSlam, I feel.
Yeah, and that feud with Stardust. I mean, what was the whole point?
There was no point because it really led to nothing.
Yeah. All right, Daniel.
I want Rusev.
Oh, that was one of the guys I wanted to take.
Such a good pick. So underutilized. I mean, what happened? Poor Rusev. My God. Damn.
That was one of the guys I wanted to take, but you made a great choice, Daniel, and I agree. He could have been a monster heel, a monster world champion by now.
Yep.
And he got fed to Cena, and everyone knows what happens when someone gets fed to Cena, pretty much. Yep. Yeah. It's unfortunate. All right. So for my fifth draft pick, I am going to pick another women's wrestler who I'm a big fan of. I feel like this person's a dark horse on the main roster, and that is the last kicker herself, Becky Lynch.
Nice, Becky. Gotta love Becky.
Shout out to my boy Matt Lorenzo. He actually just met Becky at the airport last night on his way to Texas, and
very nice. Oh,
yes,
how lucky.
Yes, how lucky. And I was like, is it okay for me to say I'm a little jealous of that selfie? Ha ha ha. All right, Daniel.
Let's see. All right. I want, and I'm going to rename this guy. I want him to be Cody Rhodes again.
Oh, yes, yep. Cody Rhodes. Great choice. Stardust needs to die, and Cody Rhodes needs to return. You know, I real felt like he should have won. He should win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but they put him in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. So that pretty much put any damper on him going back to being Cody Rhodes, unless he, in a backstage promo, decides to just strip the paint off and say, "Screw it, I'm coming back as Cody Rhodes."
He could be a great babyface.
Yeah.
Or great heel. There you go. It's a win-win.
Dashing Cody Rhodes was a great heel, you know, when he would do the bag and everything.
Thought him and Ray had a pretty good feud back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like, oh, man.
All right. So for my sixth draft pick, I will pick I'm not picking any teams yet because I feel like if I pick a team, they're gonna count as 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah. Individual entries. So for my sixth draft pick, I'm going to take the current United States champion, Kalisto.
That's a good pick.
Thank you, because I feel like he's another one that he's doing fine so far as United States champion, but I think he can do bigger things. So I picked Kalisto. Would love for him and Neville to trade, you know, to have like a best of 5 series for the well, I haven't chosen champions yet, but a best of 5 series.
Yeah, they should have done Neville versus Kalisto at Mania.
Or Neville and Kalisto versus the New Day versus League of Nations in a triple threat or something. Because remember when Neville did or was it Kalisto who did the flip off of Neville's back onto,
at TLC.
Yeah. All right. Who's your second? Who's your sixth? We only had 6 or 7? No, 6, right?
Yep. 1, 2,
Yeah. Who's your
3,
sixth
4,
pick,
5.
Daniel?
My sixth pick is a guy that I've always liked, a guy that I felt never really got the fair opportunity to succeed. He's succeeding now. I want Kofi Kingston.
Oh, so it's taking Kofi, good one. And I agree with you. He should have been a world champion by now.
Yep.
Good one. So it looks like the New Day, it's like you're splitting up the New Day.
Gonna have to be.
Yeah, no, but Kofi should have been a champion by now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's so underrated. I feel like he's underappreciated too.
I think he could be like a great heel, like let him loose, like be that truly evil. I'd like to see him as a heel. I feel like it's never been done yet.
Yeah. All right. So Kofi Kingston, real good choice. Tough. Ooh, I got to call for a real good one. My 7th pick, I am going to pick my 7th draft pick. I will take. I'm just trying to think of a good pick. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna pick a guy that you may not expect me to pick, but I actually supported this guy back in 2013, and he should have been a top champion, a world champion by now. And
I think I know.
My 7th pick, Curtis Axel.
Oh, okay, Curtis Axel. Okay.
Who did you think I was gonna pick?
Sandow.
Who knows? He may be on my list, but I really like how Curtis Axel came in.
He's a great wrestler, pretty good. It's his mic skills that I feel that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, solid talent. Solid talent.
Indeed. Now, of course, guys, this is I'm sorry, Daniel, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right.
This is fantasy booking, guys, but we're picking the talent that we feel would thrive on our roster, and that we as like GM or creative would really push and would really want to make top talent. So, Daniel, your 7th pick.
This guy's currently inactive, so this is my 1 pick for that. I'm picking the King of Swing, Cesaro.
Damn it, he took Cesaro.
Cesaro's awesome. Enough said. That's all you need to say.
Indeed. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, Neville's currently out of action, so he was from the injured list.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So now that I think about it, coming in at number 8, and remember, Daniel, you're free to choose like 2 or 3 from NXT or 3 or 2 other injured wrestlers if you'd like. I'm just saying in the guidelines that at least one of them must be from NXT.
1. Okay. At
least 1. But for my 8th draft pick, I am going to. I'm actually gonna. No, I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna pick a tag team. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna spice things up in my women's division. My 8th pick and my 2nd pick from NXT, and you probably know who this is. Asuka.
Nice. Very good pick.
Thank you. I want to see Asuka versus Sasha. That would just be an incredible women's match.
It would be a great match to happen at WrestleMania. All right. I'm ready to make my pick from NXT. I hate to split this team up, but I really like this guy. He's got a lot of potential. Are you ready? Are you willing?
Oh, I knew it.
Gable.
Bad freaking Gable.
Yep. So much potential in this guy.
Yes.
Incredible athlete. The stuff he does in the ring, incredible.
His Chaos Theory move is awesome.
Can't wait to see what they do tonight on NXT. So every time they get in the ring, they're going to kill it at TakeOver Day. I cannot wait for it.
I think you got one of the best picks in Chad Gable. Like I don't want to say he's an unexpected pick, but when you want to talk about the future and you're building your future your future flag bearers, Chad Gable. Wow, man. Like I got to give you tons of kudos for picking that guy.
Thanks.
I wanted to come back and be like, okay, well, I'll pick Jason Jordan, but no, I love Jordan, but
Gable, there's just a little bit more potential that I see
He
in him.
feels a little more agile than Jason Jordan. Yep. Jason Jordan is that hard hitting suplex machine, but Chad Gable, the things he does are just incredible. I love the guy. Number 9 for my list. This is going to be my 3rd NXT pick. I freaking love the guy. I mean, he's my favorite on the NXT. I have his 11x14 autographed poster. Haven't hung it up yet, but I want his elite figure. It's the Demon Finn Balor.
Oh man. Wow. Great pick. Tremendous.
Because when we get to this, if there's time, I have one major feud I would put Balor in with the picks, with one of the picks that I have. It would be just an incredible dream match between two guys that are renowned talent, international talent. So Balor is my 9th pick for my brand. Raw is gonna feel Raw may experience the days of the Demon, if you know what I'm saying.
That would be a much needed change that we need.
Yeah. All right, Daniel, your 9th pick.
I got to start picking some women, so I'm going to pick Natalya.
Very good women's wrestler. Very underrated, in my opinion.
Love Natty. Never really got an opportunity.
Hated that stupid farting gimmick they gave her.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was a slap in her face, in my opinion. Like, why would you give her that? And why did we never get a Natalya and Beth Phoenix feud when Beth was still around?
Yeah, that would have made sense at a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So we have 7 picks left. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty. We got to make these choices wisely because either one of us may take the other's pick. So for my 10th, I don't have a women's title, obviously, on my brand, but I'm going to pick one more women's wrestler to close out the field or even out the field, if that makes sense. So joining Sasha and Becky and Asuka on my main roster is Tamina.
Okay.
I'm picking Tamina because I always felt Tamina could have been a great great divas / women's champion, especially after she first debuted, and they just did nothing with her.
Yeah,
they paired her with Santino Marella. Ugh. I feel like Tamina is very underrated, doesn't get the break she deserves. So yeah. I'm gonna bring Tamina to my roster to mix it up with Becky and Sasha and Asuka.
Nice. All right, I am going to pick another female. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick Emma.
Emma, ooh, that's a good pick. Doing great things on NXT. Not doing that stupid dancing gimmick, even though she got over with it on NXT. We're seeing a more vicious side of Emma. I love it. Yep. All right, my 11th draft pick for my brand. I don't think I'm going to pick anybody else from NXT. I'm going to mainly focus on main roster talent. So I'm going to take Fight himself, nice. Kevin Owens.
KO Mania.
Yes, KO Mania. Because I really feel like Kevin Owens should be a more vicious, hard-hitting badass than he is right now on the main roster. I mean, his NXT days were the best. His
His run as champ was awesome.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to pick another female because I got to get to have some on my roster. I'm going to pick Paige. I got to love Paige. How can you not?
I love Paige. Great pick. Unfortunately, she changes from heel to face from time to time. They need to just stick her as a face or like a tweener. But the anti-diva. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Anti-diva. Yeah.
So...
All right, the final five picks for my draft, for my brand. Well, if I'm picking Kevin Owens, I gotta pick this guy. Yep, Sami Zayn.
Good pick.
Thank you. But there are other feuds I would love to put Sami Zayn in on my roster. So if I take Steen, I gotta take Generico.
Yep, hand in hand.
Yep.
All right. This is going to be my last female pick, just to round out my female roster. I'm going to take Charlotte.
Charlotte, very good choice. Great women's wrestler. You know, she's second generation, right?
Yes.
Second generation women's wrestler. Great pick. And you know what? Well, for now, I'm surprised none of us picked Bailey.
Oh, I know. Oh, man. You gotta love Bailey.
I love Bailey. Who doesn't love Bailey? Yeah. All right. For my 13th pick. For my 13th pick, this guy is currently injured, but I feel like when you look at who he's associated with, he's the most underrated, and he could be the breakout star. And I'm gonna give him that chance. I take Luke Harper.
That's a very good pick. I was definitely looking at Luke Harper.
Yeah.
So much potential in him.
Yeah. Oh, obviously he wouldn't be with the Wyatt family on my brand, but I would make him just a dominant monster, like just knock guys out left and right. Yeah.
He has that scary, just crazy man look. You don't know what he's gonna do next.
He could be my Matanza, so to speak.
Oh,
I could bring Luke Harper in as like a crazy enforcer.
You could?
Yes, just beating the hell out of everybody, just knocking them down left and right.
That's a good pick. All right. My pick. Oh, man. This is tough. Let me think about this one. Okay. I want Dean Ambrose.
The Lunatic Fringe is going to make Daniel's SmackDown brand the Ambrose Asylum.
That's how it should be.
Yep. All right. For my 14th pick, I choose. So I have two that are on the injured list. I have three from NXT. I think I'm just gonna pick another main roster talent. I think I'm just my last two picks are going to be main roster talents. As much as I would love to have Seth Rollins on my brand, I'm going to make it a little, I'm going to try to keep it fair. I'm going to make it a little more interesting. So my 14th draft pick will be, you know what? Because I want this guy. I'm a fan of this guy. Love him or hate him. I'm picking Roman Reigns.
Okay. Good pick.
All right, Daniel. Thank you. Your 14th pick.
Well, I want some veterans on my roster because I do have a lot of young talent.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to pick John Cena.
John Cena.
Yep.
It's unexpected, but you know what? I think that's a great addition to your roster, and you could have Cena work with the younger talent and give him that push. Yeah. All right. For my 15th draft pick. Now, obviously, guys, we've been picking a lot of current talent. We don't have anybody like Undertaker or Brock who makes who you know, they're part-timers. They only make they only appear at like the big events. I would love to have this guy. I'm going to choose this guy on my roster simply because he's one of my all-time favorites. He can still go as he nears 50, in his late 40s. And I would love to have, if, Daniel picked a veteran, so I'm going to pick a veteran of my own, and I pick Chris Jericho.
Nice. Y2J.
The
Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
Yep. The best in the world at what he does. The pot of thunder and rock and roll, the spell you're under, has been broken by Chris Jericho.
There you go. All right. Last but not least.
Well, actually, this is your 15th.
Right, 16th.
Then we're doing 16. Yeah, we're doing 16.
Gotcha. All right, so for my 15th pick, my second to last pick, I'm going to pick another veteran. I'm going to pick a guy that did very well on his own in TNA. I want Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley. Would you rename him Bully Ray?
Yeah, I want Bully Ray.
All right, Bubba Ray Dudley / Bully Ray. That's great. Okay. 16th and final pick for me. You know what? We're going to take the NXT route, and for our 16th pick, we will each pick one independent superstar we'd like to sign to our
Oh,
rosters.
right. Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna make this fun. So for me,
Oh, gotta think.
so
Oh,
for
man.
me, it's gonna be a tough one. You know what, Daniel? If you want, let's go to 20 since we're already up to 6. We can do we can do for
Two?
these final 2 independent superstars and a
Okay.
wild card. So the wild card can be, you know what? Screw it. The wild card can be somebody like Brock or Taker. We got to make quick picks though. But yeah, how about we go up to 20, 2 independents,
Sure.
1 part-timer, and whoever else you want to pick. So for my 16th, the first of my 2 independent stars, I love this guy on Lucha Underground, Pentagon Jr.
Oh, man. He's awesome. The whole roster there is awesome. So that's a good place to look. Oh, man. I gotta think. Oh, man, there's so much good talent out there. There really is.
Yeah.
Just looking at I'm trying to look at everything. I gotta narrow it down. Let me think about Lucha Underground. There we
No spoilers. Don't spoil it. Because they get those results out fast, yeah.
Let's see. I like Prince Puma.
All right. Would you have him as Prince Puma or Ricochet?
I'll just go with Prince Puma because that's all that I know him as.
Okay, Prince Puma. All right. So I'm just gonna continue with independent picks. This guy is just incredible on Lucha Underground. I'm picking another Lucha Underground talent. I feel like he's a dark horse. He turned down an offer from NXT, but I would really love to put him against the likes of AJ and Balor and Zayn and Owens. I'm picking Angelico.
All right. I'm going to go to the Far East. I'm going to go to Japan.
Ooh, Japanese and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I know a little bit about it. I know some guys, like Nakamura and whatnot. I'm going to go with, I always liked this guy. From the very little that I've seen from New Japan, I always liked Okada.
Okada.
I always thought he was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
All right. For my 18th pick, I'm gonna throw one more. I'm gonna pick one more women's wrestler. I know I said 2 independent picks, but screw it. I'm gonna go with a 3rd one, and you're welcome to as well, Daniel. I'm gonna spice things up a little bit in my women's division, and I'm gonna pick Ivelisse.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, she's really good. Really good.
Yeah. It was a tie between between her and Taya, but I love Ivelisse a little more, but I wouldn't mind drafting Taya as well.
Nice.
All right.
So I'm gonna make my part-timer pick. Oh, man, let's see. Who do we got?
You can choose from Taker, Brock, Triple H. I guess you could pick The Rock too if you wanted to really spice up your brand.
Good thing you mentioned that. I want the People's Champ. I want my all-time favorite. I want The Rock.
He takes The Rock. Wow, for his 18th pick. All right. All right. So I'm down to my 19th pick. Daniel, you still have one more independent pick and a wild card. My part-timer, I love this guy. He's my all-time favorite, not named Shawn Michaels. I got to go with him, The Undertaker.
Yep. Legend.
The conscience of WWE, the legend, the dead man, the phenom, the legend of WrestleMania.
The demon of Death Valley.
Yes, the American Badass at one point.
He's done.
I might even bring him back as American Badass just for fun on my brand. Yeah, just for like maybe a 4-month run or something.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so you said I got the wild card and then another independent pick.
Yeah, since I picked a 3rd independent, you get a 3rd independent pick and a wild card.
Well, I think I know who this guy is. I know he's from Pittsburgh. Well, he's not from Pittsburgh. He's from the PA region. Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
Heard good things about him. Really good.
Yeah. All right, wild card time. And I really don't watch. Now, a wild card can be anybody. I can take someone from the main roster, from NXT, from Lucha Underground, or PWG or Dragon Gate. The same applies to Daniel. He can pick whoever he wants from wherever brand. You know who I'm going to pick, because I really felt like he should have been a world champion during his time in WWE, and bringing him to my brand, there's going to be so much fresh talent he can work with. I am going to bring the gold standard, Shelton Benjamin. That's my wild card.
I always thought Shelton was probably one of the best athletes that they had on the roster at that time. Tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
And Daniel, to wrap this challenge up, who is your 20th and final draft pick, the wild card? I'm looking forward to this.
All right. This might be a little bit surprising, but I want to free somebody that hasn't been seen. I want to use somebody that deserves to be used, somebody that was getting over with the audience, and then they pretty much have done nothing with him since. I'm picking Damien Sandow.
Damien Sandow.
I'm going to use him. All right. I'm going to give him a chance.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So those are our 20 picks for the WWE Brand Split Band Challenge. Unfortunately, Daniel, due to time constraints, we have to cut this video short. But I would love to do a follow-up with you where we talk about who our champions would be, who we would pick for commentators, ring announcers. Would we want to assign anyone a valet, a manager? So there will be part 2 to this video. But to wrap it up, I just want to thank Daniel. Thank you very much, my friend, for joining me. This was so much fun.
Not a problem.
Yeah. I may leave. Well, to recap, my 20 picks are AJ Styles, Sasha Banks, Apollo Crews, Neville, Becky Lynch, Kalisto, Curtis Axel, Asuka, the Demon Finn Balor, Tamina, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Luke Harper, Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, Pentagon Jr., Angelico, Eva Elise, Undertaker, and the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. As for Daniel, his 20 picks are Bray Wyatt, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, Cesaro, Mr. Ready, Willing, and Gable himself, Chad Gable, Natalia, Emma Page, Charlotte, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, Bully Ray, a.k.a. Bubba Ray Dudley, Prince Puma, Okada, The Rock, Adam Cole, and Damien Sandow. Man, if we were running Raw and SmackDown, we would make WWE the sports entertainment type, no doubt. We'd make this the most talked about brand. Our picks are awesome, dude. And what we should do one day is do a bragging rights card where I'll take guys from my roster to pull them up against your roster, and we can determine the matches. That'd be so much fun.
I like that idea.
And that's the fun of, and that's the novelty of this challenge, guys. You know, you get to really, you challenge your friends and you challenge yourself to come up with the best brand possible. And I mean, look at the matchups we could do with the roster that we have. So if you guys want to do it, later tonight in the description box, I'll leave the guidelines for this. You can challenge a friend, you can challenge a friend. Well, most likely one friend, because if you do 2 friends, I guess they have to take over NXT. But yeah, share this video with your friends, challenge them. If you do, please send the videos to me and Daniel at our, tweet them to us. We'd love to see them. We'll retweet them. Yeah. And we'll give you guys our thoughts. So Daniel, anything you want to say, or, any plugs you'd like to give to your channel?
Yeah, I'm going to get a quick plug in. As you all know, I have my YouTube channel. It's my name, Daniel Giza, Giza. Tonight, I will be reviewing both the latest episodes of Lucha Underground and NXT, so stay on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
And also got a ton of other content coming for the WrestleMania weekend, so I'll leave it at that. So a lot of content coming to my channel. Come on over, check it out if you're interested.
Yep, definitely. And of course, guys, I thank you all for watching and listening. Please continue to support my channel. Please support Daniel's channel. Makes great videos, great reviews, great predictions. We're definitely going to be – oh, you're welcome, my friend. We're definitely going to be talking about WrestleMania 32. Go check out our NXT TakeOver predictions videos. Daniel did his along with his WrestleMania 32 predictions video, so you get 2 for the price of 1. Yep. My video is coming up soon. For WrestleMania 32 predictions, but my NXT TakeOver Dallas predictions are already available. Please go check it out. You guys will probably feel my passion when I talk about the triple main event, because all those matches have the potential to really steal the show, especially Zayn and Nakamura. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So leave your comments down below. Tell us what you thought of our rosters. And again, if you do this challenge, whether you do it on your own or you do it with a friend, send us the videos, as video responses. We'd love to see them. At Robbie1Kenobi, like it's spelled on here. At Daniel Giza 412 for Daniel's Twitter. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all later. Robbie and Daniel signing off.
Peace.
Peace.